Can you talk a little bit about the origins of how you thought about pricing and the evolution of your pricing strategy as the company matured?
Yeah. So look, in the early days, the initial thinking was that we would try and offer a freemium type model that allowed a customer to sample the product for, let's say, a particular sliver of functionality at no cost, show them the value, and then rapidly be able to iterate and then charge for other things. And that didn't work for multiple reasons, because very often we'd find that customers would just stop right there, and then you're like, hang on a second, you've got a bunch of free trials going on. I call them trials, right? I mean, somebody's using the product forever and not paying you, that's a trial. You may call it a logo and you may call it a customer, but it's not really a customer. If they're not paying you, they're not really a customer. So we realized that. We actually were lucky. We realized that very quickly, and then we frankly bagged that. And we went to a model that basically tried to deliver value to the customer as a function of the cloud or SaaS application that they were trying to secure. So the way to sort of think about it is, if you let's say subscribe to salesforce.com, how much do you pay for salesforce.com? You probably pay, like, I'm making it up, depending on the edition of Salesforce you have, you may pay like $30 a month per user. If you have the most expensive salesforce.com edition, you're probably paying $150 per month per user. So the question then is, if you're paying $30 per month per user, how much would you pay to secure that user? 10% of that $30? 8%, 12%, 20%, 30%? You don't know, but that was the math, or that was the model that we adopted. And then after talking to a bunch of customers, what we realized is that in general, in our space for security, the general rule of thumb is, if I'm paying for every dollar that I spend on a target, I'm probably spending about 15 cents in trying to secure it. Probably not more than that. The moment I spend more than 15 cents, my expectations start getting a little bit out of whack, and the economics don't work out. So we ended up at a pricing model that essentially, I call it value-based pricing, which essentially priced our offering as a function of what the customer typically paid for the application itself that they were trying to secure. And of course, we would discount as needed. We offered value-added services. That's something that I'm a big believer in, which is, don't just offer your product, offer value-added services. People will pay for support. People will pay for premier support. If you offer, I'm making it up, an 8x5 support offering, if you include that for free, and now you change it to 24/7, people will pay for that incremental support. If you're doing health checks where you go on site twice a quarter or what have you, that should be an incrementally charged offering. So we had this concept of this value-based pricing, which was our foundation, and then we came up with incremental options that we could go in and upsell the account on, that over time makes the customer lifetime value to the company that much more stronger.